All right.
All right.
Welcome to another bonus episode of Send Better Emails. Nearly forgot the name of the pod there.
Well done, mate. You pulled it out
Yeah.
from the depths.
We figured that we would do these mini bonus eps and try and keep them about 10 to 15 minutes because that's what we've seen other podcasters do.
Yeah.
There must be a reason for it, right?
And we're nothing if not followers.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know whether there'll be a bonus ep every week, but it's nice to throw them in now and again, isn't it, Jay?
It is, yeah, for sure. So let's see. It might be that no one watches it or listens to them, so then we just bin them off. But
Yeah.
and also, the first bonus ep was us accidentally doing an intro that was too long and then just deciding that it was a bonus ep when we finished recording. So,
True.
yeah, it was a miraculous conception.
Yeah.
James is unwell today. He's struggling a bit.
Yeah, I don't want to make a big deal about it, but yeah, I it's because I've got my cold at the moment, and this will last like a conventional amount of time, but then I'll have another like 10-week cough.
Yeah, why?
I don't know if you remember, Jamie, but our first ever episode, I had a cough lingering from Christmas, and I expect that the same will happen again here. So
Yeah.
that's something for podcast listeners to look forward to.
Yeah, you love a 100-day cough, don't you?
I do. I actually started that trend.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, it was called the 10-day cough before me.
I want to know what the 10-day cough is. But...
That's a different podcast.
Okay, fine. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. Your third consecutive 100-day cough, which is almost a year's worth of cough. You should get a scan or something, mate.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I haven't had the cough yet. There's still time for me to make a recovery, but I'm preempting future episodes, I suppose.
Right, I want to. Last time we did a bonus set, we did spicy takes, and you reacted to them. And I debated whether getting some more spicy takes, and trying to get closer to the 10 out of 10 on the spicy rating. So if you haven't listened to that episode or watched it, have a look at that. James reacts to spicy takes.
Yeah, I mean, spicy's generous.
I thought we were being kind.
No, there were some spicy ones in there.
I think we got up to about 6 out of 10.
We did, yeah. I think I even gave one a 7, if I'm not mistaken. So,
okay, there we go.
You did well.
I want to do James reacts to cringy cliches.
Oh,
this time.
Is the twist going to be that we are the authors of these cringy cliches?
So, yeah, I've taken the intros from a dozen newsletters that you've written.
Oh, there'd be so many.
Some of these you might just think, okay, well, they're not cringe. I've written some. ChatGPT has written some.
Okay.
So I don't think we need to do like I agree or I disagree with that. You can just rate them on the cringe scale.
on a cringe scale, and then maybe show my working or just a rating.
Yeah, no, show your working as well.
Okay,
we've got to fill this episode out somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right, this is a cool idea. I'm glad that I let you surprise me because I'm happy with the result.
I'm slightly worried about these not being good enough or like fun enough, but let's find out.
Hey, everything you do is good enough, Jamie.
Oh, thanks. I'm just looking on my screen here to the left, and thinking, am I guilty of writing some of these? But no. Okay, number 1. So I think 10 is like super cringe. 1 is like not very cringe.
So I'm rating it on cringiness, not the like amount that the cliche is used, or not like the frequency that I see the cliche.
Yeah. And then you can just show your working. Okay, fine.
Okay.
This one requires a name, so I'm going to use your name.
All right.
And it's got some emojis, which are like some stars. So when I do like this on the screen, it's not. No.
I mean, yeah. It looks like you want bitty.
Yeah. Not on the podcast, James. I hope no one's watching the video. I hope everyone's just listening to.
I don't know what would be worse, to be fair.
No. Okay. So this one, number 1. It's your boy James back with another value bomb. And value bomb has stars either side of it. Star emojis.
Yeah, that's pretty cringe. I think like I imagine if that one's anything to go by, that a lot of these are going to be extra cringe because we're British, and that actually if you're a certain personality, and I'm thinking of Americans, sorry if there are any American listeners who also find this cringe, but like I listen to some American podcasts where they might start a podcast in that kind of fashion, and it doesn't feel as cringe because I think some people can pull it off, but like if I tried to do that it would be incredibly cringe. So I'm gonna give that a 7.5 on the cringe scale.
7.5.
And yeah, I don't think I need to say anything more.
Okay. Nice. So I'm gonna go for this one's a bit weird. And it was ChatGPT wrote it, not me.
Okay.
Strap in. This one's a juicy one.
I don't mind that too much.
Okay.
At all. I've probably used it or something similar to it. I remember once in Lazy FPL saying strap in, strap on, let's go. You can interpret that how you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't mind it as much. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I think anyone who describes a newsletter as juicy really needs to deliver on that. Like, it's not in itself a cringe thing, but then if the juiciness is like your new B2B SaaS product, then like it's not that juicy, and you need to have a good look at yourself.
Yeah. And what actually, I'm going to do a little bit of a health warning here. Actually, I think I would favor some of these over like no personality.
Yeah, that's
Let's
so
not
true.
discuss that too much because we wanted to keep this at about 10-15 minutes. But we are in danger here of, this is our opinion of cringy as well. This might also just be your brand of personal brand. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a good point.
This one I need to insert a profession in. Hey, Rockstar. James here, your email marketing ninja.
Oh, yeah.
And then ninja emoji.
I hate you've combined two horrible cliches there, which is rockstar, calling people rock stars,
okay,
and the insert profession ninja, and I hate them both quite passionately. There's a brand that has recently started playing off the fact that people in like marketing professions usually sometimes are referred to as rock stars. I can't remember, is it Salesforce or some sort of brand like that has like actual rock stars, like Gene Simmons is in it, I think. And
that advert.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was a good advert, to be honest.
Yeah, it's quite smart. Quite smart, but it's gotten so cliche that actually like brands can use that, and it's recognized. A cliche cringe scale, yeah, I'm going high with this. I think that's an 8.5. That really made me wince, and I could tell it made you wince, Jamie, because you were laughing as you read it out.
Yeah, I had to I had to make myself ready to read it out.
Yeah.
This one contains a cringe saying that I really hate.
Okay.
But this one, so this is, I can't remember what number we're on now, number 4. I wrote this with tears in my eyes and caffeine in my veins.
Okay. Yeah. What don't you like about that? The caffeine
It's the
part?
caffeine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the caffeine fueled thing is so overdone.
Yeah. I am guilty of using this sometimes. I think it's a really tempting cliche to use in the B2B space because coffee is sort of the language that everyone speaks in British work culture, and so there is this whole thing of like, after how I always see this formatted is like, after 10 edits, 15 people's opinions, and infinite coffees, we finally launched our our new product. I think, yeah, that is quite an easy one. I don't actually find it particularly cringe, though. Clearly you do. I don't find it cringe. It's cliche, but not cringe. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 on the cringe scale.
Okay, wow, 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
It would definitely have got a high rating for me.
Yeah.
imagine if we didn't say that caffeine was a thing going through the veins. I mean, I don't even know if caffeine can go through veins, can it? Is that how it works?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Like, does it get into? I guess it gets into your blood. Like, you can test for caffeine in blood. So technically,
maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But imagine if we didn't use caffeine in that example, and instead it was like the Beatles, and instead of saying we wrote this song with caffeine in through our veins, it was like, okay, we wrote it with LSD through our veins. I want to see more of that in the P2P space.
You take that, would you?
I wrote this.
That wouldn't make you win.
With tequila in my veins. Okay, number 5 or whatever number it is. I don't normally send emails like this, but I had to share.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. I think it creates intrigue. It would make me interested. Again, like a lot of this comes down to whether or not you're delivering on that promise. And so I would say if it ends up being a totally normal email that you would typically send, then that's pretty disappointing, and that's going to ruin your sender reputation. But if you deliver and it's actually not an email that you send very often, then power to you. I think that's quite a nice hook to get people interested. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10, you say?
1 out, like 0 cringe from it. Like 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I just don't think sometimes that it's true. What I find cringy is when people say things that are performative that aren't necessarily true.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just my style. I prefer kind of straight talking and no nonsense and a bit kind of, so if that's like actually true, or if you put that sentence at the start of your email, but actually every single one of your newsletters starts with that, or at least the content in there is similar to every one of your newsletters, it is cringy because it's like, well, you've said that, but it's actually really similar.
No, exactly. And I have to admit, when I'm thinking of these being written, I'm thinking of like my favorite email writers writing them.
Yeah.
Like if Harry Dry, who writes marketing examples, starts an email with, I don't usually send this sort of thing, but I had to share, and like I'm reading it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. That's a good point of differentiation. Okay, let's do one more, unless I can find another one here that's any good. Let's go with. I wasn't going to send this, but then I thought, what would my higher self do?
Oh, I mean. The problem here, in fact, I would say actually the problem, most of the issues here aren't email related specifically. They're just general kind of like language related. Yeah. Like, like the only problem here is higher self. That sounds like the sort of thing that would really suit someone like Gwyneth Paltrow and the way that she talks. She's got that brand. What's it called? Goop or something. Is it Goop?
I'm not familiar with Goop.
What is it? Are you not?
No.
Hang on. I'm sure it is Goop. Yeah. She's got this brand called Goop, and it's all very like you can buy like candles that smell like most intimate parts.
Yeah.
It's very. I'm pretty sure.
What's the website?
I really hope that's true. Otherwise, like, where in my brain has that come from?
I've got to confirm this.
Actually, Goop was launched as a weekly email newsletter that provided advice in its origin, and it became this huge kind of lifestyle brand that is kind of quite commonly mocked and parodied because it like embodies everything that people hate about like mindful consumerism, I suppose.
Right.
Higher self is a sort of vocabulary that I think they would use, like brands like that would use. I find it incredibly cringe personally, and again, I think this is quite a British sensibility to have. So, are you looking for the candle?
Yeah, I mean, I can't find the vagina candle, but
it's your birthday tomorrow, and who knows what you might get. Who knows what birthday Santa might bring
Please
you.
Can I have a James Copeland crotch candle? That'd be great. There is an intimate section on the Goop website, but anyway, look, one more quick bonus part, one more cringe take, and then or cringe whatever, and then we'll wrap up.
I just want to say, by the way, that the Guardian have an article about this very candle, so I wasn't making it up.
Okay, we'll go to the Guardian.
Make that clear. Yeah.
Okay, fine. You didn't make it up. I'll read that. Afterwards. One more then. This newsletter is like a warm hug in email form.
Yeah. Again, there are brands that can pull that kind of tone off. I personally have a revulsion towards those sorts of brands, I think. And like, if I'm meeting a brand for the first time and they come out with that, I'm thinking these guys probably aren't for me. I do think, though, there are, unlike some of the cliches you peddled out here, where I think it's kind of just white noise and also cringe, I think that's an example of something that I don't personally like, but I can imagine other people would, and there's still a place for that. So I'm going to say it is cringe for me, but not cliche enough that it shouldn't be used if it fits your brand.
Nice. Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I echo that completely. I think some of these will be well suited to a certain audience, but you've got to consider that we are two blokes on a podcast talking about vagina candles, so there'll be a certain tone of voice that will apply to us that we'd find less cringe.
Yes. What was your most cringe, by the way? What did you like? What was the one that you hated the most there?
Probably the value bomb one with the star emojis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't like reading that one out. Or the Rockstar one.
Rockstar Ninja. Yeah, that did it for me,
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for listening to a bonus episode of Send Better Emails. Hope you enjoyed that. There wasn't much value, but it might have been interesting. And at least you know where to get your candles from now.
There you go. Well, I can't wait for us to launch our line of crotch candles.
Stay tuned for Inbox Club crotch candles. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Cheers.